Hey guys, it is John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL. Thanks so much for popping in. We're sitting here on a Friday night, October 21st. And if you're new, you're going to see a QR code at the top right corner of my screen. Just open up on your phone, your camera app, and just point that to the QR code. You will see a yellow oval. Just touch that, which is my link tree, and you'll get my link tree page. You'll see John's Daily National Day video, JCM Academy TikTok, John C. Morley's recent articles, Serial Entrepreneur YouTube channel, Inspirations for Your Life, which is this, my JCM Academy business coaching, Envision Networking, Science Rides with John, How to Network, JMore Connection, JMore Tech channel, and even my John C. Morley Serial Entrepreneur LinkedIn group. And there's so much more that you definitely want to check out. So thank you for popping by. We're going to wrap up and get everyone hopefully as clear as we can and take care of those muddinesses that are probably around from people that don't understand what it means to see the glass half full instead of half empty. And for those of you that are coming back, welcome back, my friends, colleagues, and wonderful associates. I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thanks so much for supporting me all this time and for sharing this content out with those that you care and trust so much. All right, let's get right into the master topic, shall we? The master topic is How to See the Glass Half Full series, episode 7. All right. So we've been talking all week, and you know how we roll. We start a Saturday, we finish up on a Friday, and then tomorrow we have a brand new master topic. So when we think about the glass being half full, I think that might seem challenging for some people. The reason is because they don't believe that they are deserving of having the glass full. And you see, that's one thing you have to get out of your mind. You have to get out of your mind that you don't deserve the glass to be full. You deserve abundance, you deserve health, you deserve so much in your life. Okay? And if you don't understand that, then I believe you're going to be lost. And you're going to be sad because your life is not going to evolve the way you want it to for the main purpose that you don't believe that your life has potential. That's right. I said you don't believe your life has potential. But you know, the truth of the matter is your life has so much potential. I mean, so very, very much potential. And so when we think about life, we think about becoming a better version of ourselves. We think about the glass as half full instead of half empty. We actually cause our RAS, or reticular activating system, to kick in a gear and say, okay, um, the glass is half full. I got to find things that are going to be great in your life. And, it's a subtle shift. Okay. It does not happen overnight. It does not happen overnight. And the reason it doesn't happen overnight is for one main thing. You know what that main thing is? That main thing is that you don't get what's going on. You don't get the whole fact of what it means. Now, let's get into that a little bit deeper, shall we? Seeing the glass as half full is something a lot of people don't do because they believe, again, they're not deserving of a glass that's full. They believe that wealth was meant for other people, but not for them. They believe that they just can't get anywhere. And it's not because they're not smart, it's because maybe they've had some challenges and they just don't want to continue. There's only one difference between those that are successful and those that are not. The ones that are successful hang on just a little longer. Now, I want to share another little anecdote today. In a lot of communities, especially the one I live in, they tend to have this very I'm better than you attitude. And they don't want to support you or your business until it's really thriving because they're snobs. And they don't realize that we need to be humble. I say this to you because a lot of times these kinds of people will frustrate you into making you believe that you're never going to be successful. But you really are. You may not be at this very moment, and that's not a bad thing. You're learning lessons, right? And we've said before with Einstein, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. That's insanity. So when we think about a glass, okay, and we think about the glass being, let's say, half full for a moment, we see that there's a potential of being full. If we think about half empty, then we're always thinking about the fact that my cup is just about empty and I don't know what to do with it. Now, this can work with money, this can work with health, this can work with relationships. It has so much potential because when you attract, okay, what you want, it fills the void in your life. All right, let me give you an example. On your calendar, let's just say that you have these slots in your calendar, right? And you block time for certain things, whether it's prospecting, new clients, etc. When you have that time, you're going to see that the time on your calendar actually fills up. But when you don't put that time on there, it's like it doesn't get filled. You see, when there's a space for something, the space is meant to be occupied. The reason that so many people in our life see the glass as half empty is because of what other people are saying, because of their experiences, because of their perception, because of their lenses, right? The way they're perceiving or seeing the world. And we said that a lens is not something that just can block the world, but it's something that can actually enhance the world, right? But if you have a lens over your eyes and you're looking at the world through this lens, but you don't know you're doing this, then you're kind of being disillusioned. Because it's one thing to know that if you're a camera person and you're putting a certain lens on, like a prism lens, you're going to know what it does. But if all of a sudden this happens, you're like, why am I seeing double? Why am I seeing triple? Why am I seeing prism? Why is this happening? Because you don't know what to expect. And I think this becomes a challenge for a lot of people in life, that they don't know something. And because they don't know something, they just presume that it's not meant for them. That's right. I said not meant for them. So how does that work? Being not meant for someone can come from a perception. Seeing the glass as half full means that my glass is going to keep getting more full with everything I do. Now, maybe things don't come into your life right away, okay? And that's okay. But if you keep thinking of things in a negative context, or the glass is being half empty, then everything you do is going to seem like the glass is constantly getting more empty and you're not able to get up to a point of a profit, right? I think that's a real cool piece. Hello there, Ken. It's great to see you. Thank you so much for your wonderful phrase here. Savor the flavor of the awesomeness in you, sir, for sharing your delectable nuggets of wisdom, knowledge, information, understanding, encouragement, empathy, inspiration. It is always my pleasure. We're talking about something really cool this week, Ken, and we're wrapping it all up tonight. And that is how to see the glass half full instead of half empty. And we talked about the big fact that seeing a glass half empty is actually happening because of programming that's in your brain. You believe you're not worthy of having a glass full. You believe you're not worthy of abundance. You believe that maybe you just don't deserve it. And that could be the reason. Or maybe you've done things wrong and you've put such a stigma on yourself that you believe there's just no way to achieve it. When we start seeing things on a downcline, no matter what we do, it seems to get worse and worse and worse and worse. When we see things on an upcline, we start to notice, okay, it's getting a little better. It's getting a little better, getting a little better, getting a little better, getting a little better, okay, each day. But if we don't see things on an upcline, okay, always going up, we're going to be disillusioned. We're going to be filtering our perspective in a way that we don't want. Now, remember, what we see right now is a perception, but it's not reality. Now, that might sound really crazy. All right. So, if you see the world a certain way, okay, the world may not actually be that way. It's just your perception of what you're feeling, seeing, thinking, hearing, and experiencing. If you change or have a subtle shift in the perception or change the lens, that's why people say, look at it from her point of view, his point of view, be in your customer's shoes. This might sound kind of odd, but the truth of the matter is that when we can picture ourselves in another point of view, we're able to get more creative. We're able to make decisions that we couldn't make before. Now, that sounds odd, doesn't it? But it's the truth. It is absolutely the truth. Why is it the truth? It's the truth because people in your life don't understand, right? They don't understand. I mean, I know that sounds a little bit crazy, okay? But it isn't. It isn't. I think it comes down to understanding where something is, right? I think that's what it comes down to. I think it comes down to some challenges. And those challenges may not necessarily be what we want. They're here to help us. They really are. I think it comes down to, what's going on. And when we think about it, it can be a little bit challenging. Okay. Think about that for a moment. Think about what this all means. Okay. Just think about that for a second. Right. And when you think about what something means, you might say to me, John, I get it, or I don't get it, right? And when you're able to, let's say, embrace that for a moment, okay, I think you're going to start to understand that it's really about people. It's about an understanding, okay? It's about an understanding. And when we can think about that understanding, that's when I believe it comes to a point that would make people understand that we have to be selective in the way we filter things or that we don't filter things, right? I think that's what it comes down to. Many people get disillusioned because of that. Many people get disillusioned. And I think that is the whole point. That if people are disillusioned, then they're not going to understand what's really going on, right? They're not going to understand. And if they're not going to understand, um, that's going to be a slight change. Okay. Um, think about that just for a second. Because I think you'll get a better understanding of what's going on. And when you get that understanding, um, it is going to really shape things for you. It's really going to shape things for you. Right? And if you could understand that, then I believe there's a lot happening, and that's how it's been crazy, right? Just think about what that means for a second. Right? Think about what that means for a second. And I think um, it could be a little bit crazy. And it could be a little bit crazy just because people don't necessarily understand. And that can be a slight problem, right? That problem that you may or may not understand is truly about your lens and your perspective. That's what I want to share with you. So, when we make a choice to look at the glass half full, we've already made the choice that we're going to succeed, not if we're going to succeed. It may be a when. It may be an it may be a when, but it's not an if. It's not an if. And if we can embrace that, then I know that you'll understand one important thing, and that is that your perspectives make a big choice in life, a huge choice in life. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this amazing night tonight on Friday. And I know things have been a little bit challenging for you, but I don't want you to lose hope on that. But it's just been a little crazy. And I think if you can just start to make small shifts in your life, not big shifts, small shifts, then I believe there can be a major, major change to what you have. Be sure to like, love, and support my channel. Definitely tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Comment out. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. And then be sure, ladies and gentlemen, yes, to go ahead and go to my YouTube channel, John Space E Space M-O-R-L-E-Y Space Serial Entrepreneur, and make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful for those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to inspire you to change your life. Remember, I'll lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink it. Have a great night, and always see your glass as half full. Have a great one, everyone. Take care.